Okay guys, today we're going to be learning how to create rotoscope animations using the free app FlipaClip. You're going to want to navigate to the app on your phone, and then you're going to press the big red target at the bottom. You'll name your animation, and you can also choose different backgrounds and all sorts of things to have in the back. They have images that are preloaded. You can upload images from your library, you can take a photo, but in this instance we're going to be rotoscoping over video. So I want you to change your canvas size to TikTok if you recorded your video vertically, or YouTube if you recorded it horizontally. Keep your frame rate at 12 frames a second and press Create Project. Once you have your project created, there's 3 little dots in the top right. You're going to click on it and choose Add Video and navigate to wherever you've recorded your selfie that you're going to rotoscope over. You can see mine's about 3 seconds, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the sliders at the bottom of the screen to try to make my rotoscope animation about 2 seconds. That's going to give me 24 frames to animate. Now you can choose to trim from the top or from the bottom. It's totally your choice. Once you're happy with your selection, you'll press the check mark in the top right of the screen, and it will import your video into frames. Now I've sped mine up because this can take a really long time depending on the quality of your video import, so just give it a second, but since it's only 2 frames, or I'm sorry, since it's only 2 seconds, it shouldn't take too long. Alright, so here's our animation space. You can press the play button to see your animation. So these are your video frames that you're going to animate over, and then down at the bottom you can see each individual frame. I should have a total of 23 or 24 frames because I got almost exactly 2 seconds of video. Then this menu at the top is where you can start to work with different things. You have your pen tool, which allows you to choose colors. They have preloaded color palettes, or you can make your own color selections. It's totally your call. So you can slide through and choose the colors that most resonate with you, or you can pick custom colors. There's even a slider down at the bottom that allows you to adjust the opacity. Once you've selected the color you want to work with, press the X in the top left corner of the screen. And then you can also choose what kind of brush you want to work with by clicking on the brush. Right now I have a pen selected. You can choose the pen size by clicking on the dot in the middle and scrolling up to make it larger and scrolling down to make it smaller. And then you have markers or pencil or brush tool. For my animation, I'm going to be working with the pen tool. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start drawing my animation. And what's cool is that FlipaClip automatically has onion skinning included. So once I go from frame 1 to frame 2, I'm going to see a ghost of whatever I've drawn in frame 1. And this will allow me to make really specific decisions about how I want my animation to move, keeping in mind that I'm going to be looking for things like squash and stretch, ease in and ease out, and exaggeration in your animations. So now that I have a couple frames drawn, I'm going to fast forward a little bit so that way you can see the rest of the animation and how it all comes together. So just sit tight. Now, if your screen is in the way, like your little menu bar is in the way, you can use pinch to zoom in and zoom out of your animation. So I zoomed out and moved my screen down so I could draw over the top where underneath my animation frame. And so now I'm going to play through what I have so far, and it just looks like a blue ball bouncing around, but I'm going to turn this into the COVID-19 coronavirus. So I'm going to give it a little face and then maybe some other virus details. So all I'm doing is I'm going in and selecting another color, and then over top of what I've already drawn, I'm just adding little details. So I'm adding a little face on my virus as it floats around my face, trying to pay attention to some of my animation principles here. And then I'm going to play through what I have. And to make him look more like a virus, I'm going to add some like little designs around his shape, like little hairs or whatever. You know, you guys have seen all the pictures of the COVID-19 virus. So I decided to add these little yellow markings around him to make him look kind of more like a virus. Now I've sped this up quite a bit. I would encourage you guys to take your time, move a little bit slower. Remember that you can vary your pen size as you're working. So once you've played through it and you're happy with it, you're going to click on the 3 buttons on the top, and then the very last option is going to be choose Make Movie. So you choose Make Movie and it'll actually export it as an MOV file for you, or an MP4 file. It'll give you this screen where you can choose Share. You don't have to share it, it saves it directly to your phone. Now when it exports, it's going to have a little watermark in the bottom left that says FlipaClip. Here's some of my other animations. So it's going to have a little watermark in the bottom. If you don't want the watermark, you can pay for the full app, but it's not necessary. Thanks, guys!